everyone, welcome to my channel. In this module, we are going to see class 12 Mathematics Part 2 chapter Differentiation. Well, this differentiation chapter you have already got introduced to it in your previous class, that is class 11. But in class 11th, to solve any function, you have used only one rule, the principal rule. I hope you remember limit where x tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x upon h. These things you have already studied in your previous class. Okay? But in 12th standard, you are going to get introduced to some of the standard formulas of derivations which will be helpful for you to find out solution of any function. Well, there is a question. What do you mean or what do you understand by differentiation? Let's take an example of a pizza. The number of members you have, you divide your pizza into equal number of pieces. Yes? Why? So that each person get same piece, same size of a piece and everyone can enjoy. How do we apply this in our examples or our mathematics? Is that if you have any function, you divide the function in such a way that you get a solution in parts, you get the solution of the functions, okay, that you are going to study. Differentiation means dividing into so that you get a solution properly. Why do we need to do this? Is because there are certain functions whose solution cannot be calculated in one go. Okay, so you need to divide it. To make it easy for ourselves, you need to divide it. Okay, so you divide it. Like for example, you remember your Cartesian plane. Okay, you had studied how to plot a straight line. Okay, with say example like 2x plus y is equal to 3, you get a line. But there are certain curves. Okay, you get certain curves of a line. Now how do you get a slope of this curve? Very difficult, right? So what will you do? You will divide it into certain points. Okay, and you will find the slope between those 2 points and then get the solution for your curved graph, right? To understand, let us take one simple example, a simple function, say 2x square plus 3x plus 5. Okay, if this is your function, then how do we represent? Say suppose we represent it by small letter y. Say y is equal to 2x square plus 3x plus 5. Okay, now we need to differentiate this function and we differentiate with respect to x. Therefore, we always write it as, in this case, dy upon dx. Okay, in general, it is always written as d upon dx. Okay, differentiation is written as d upon dx. But here, since I have represented it with the small letter y, I am going to write here dy upon dx. Okay, so how do I write it then? Further is nothing but d upon dx of, into brackets, I will write the function, that is 2x square plus 3x plus 5. Okay, and I always write the statement that when I am going to differentiate, I am going to differentiate it with respect to x. So differentiating with respect to x, this will be d upon dx of the function. Get it? This table is important for you all. As you can see here, I have written some functions and the derivation of that functions. Okay, so these are the derivatives of some standard functions which you all need to remember thoroughly. Okay, how can you remember and how will you understand this? We will see one by one with the help of an example. Okay, but you need to remember this. Now let us understand the first function, that is x raised to n. Now differentiating this with respect to x of x raised to n. What it is? It is n x raised to n minus 1. So what do we see? We see that the power has come down and 1 is reduced from the index. Okay, so we are going to remember this and let us see this with the help of a small example. Say for example the function is x square. Okay, so differentiating with respect to x for x square, what will we get? See, what do we see in the formula? N has come down. What is n over here? It is 2. So it will come down. It will be 2x 2 minus 1, n minus 1, right? So 2 minus 1, that will be 1. So if you don't write 1, that will also do. So what it will be? 2x. Let us take one more example. Say x raised to 7. So differentiation of this x raised to 7 with respect to x, it will be 7 x raised to 7 minus 1. What is it? 6. So 7 x raised to 6. Right? One more example. What if it is x raised to minus 3? What it will be? Differentiating with respect to x for x raised to minus 3. It will be, n will come down. So what is n over here? It is minus 3. So minus 3 x raised to minus 3 minus 1. Minus 3 minus 1 gives you what? Minus 4. So answer will be minus 3 x raised to minus 4. Let us see one more example. Suppose if the function is x raised to minus 5. Then what it will be? Differentiation of x raised to minus 5. N will come down. So what will come down here is minus 5. X raised to, what it will be? Minus 5 minus 1. Minus 5 minus 1 gives you minus 6. Okay. So answer is minus 5 x raised to minus 6. Okay. Okay. One more example. What if the index is fraction? Let us see that. Suppose the function is x raised to 5 by 2. Okay, x raised to 5 by 2. So differentiation will be, what will happen? N will come down. What is n over here? It is 5 by 2. Okay, so what is going to come down is 5 by 2 x raised to, what it will be? 5 by 2 minus 1. Okay, so what is 5 by 2 minus 1? Is nothing but x raised minus 5 by 2, sorry, it is 5 upon 2 x raised to 5 by 2 minus 1. So this 2 will go up, that is 5 minus 2. Okay, so 5 minus 2 is what? 3. So it will be 3 upon 2. So 5 upon 2 x raised to 3 by 2. Understood? Let us see one more example. What if it is x raised to 4 by 3. Okay, the function is x raised to 4 by 3. So differentiation will be n comes down, that is 4 by 3. X raised to 4 by 3 minus 1. So this 3 goes up there, 4 minus 3 upon 3, that is 1 upon 3. So here it will be 4 upon 3 x raised to 1 upon 3. Okay. So I hope with the examples this much is clear. Okay, that x raised to n, if derivation of this is there, then you have to do n x raised to n minus 1. What if you have a function root x, square root of x? Okay, if that is the function, Then how do we take it? You all know very well that if it is square root, it means that the index can be converted to 1 upon 2. Square root is 1 upon 2. So I can write root x as x raised to 1 upon 2. Right? Now easy. Now you take the derivation, n comes down, that is 1 upon 2, x raised to 1 upon 2 minus 1. Okay, so 2 goes up. You have 1 minus 2. You get minus 1 upon 2 as the index. Means what do you get here? 1 upon 2 x raised to minus 1 upon 2. Now we have studied previously, if it is negative and we take its reciprocal, then it becomes positive, right? So minus, see, x raised to minus 1 upon 2, if I take its reciprocal, if I take it down, that is 1 upon, it will become x raised to 1 upon 2, right? So same I am going to do it here. 1 upon 2 in bracket 1 upon x raised to 1 upon 2. That will be what? If I multiply this, what it will be? 1 upon 2 root x. 1 upon 2 is what? Root x, right? So 1 upon 2 root x. Understand? This is also one of the derivative formula. You have to remember these two formulas. Okay? Okay. So the table you are going to remember. Okay? So now I'll tell you how to apply it. Okay? So we'll start with the simple one, that is the addition. Suppose you have two functions together, that is x plus y. Okay? There are two functions, x plus y. X is one function, y is another function. Then how do you apply the derivative rules in this function? We'll see this. We'll take small example, that is x square plus cos x. So differentiation, what you will do? Since there are two functions, what you will do? You will take function of the first one, that is x square, plus you will take the derivative of the second function, that is cos x. Okay? In short, what are you going to do is, see, the formula says that if it is derivation of x plus y, then you will first take derivation of x plus derivation of y. Okay? So same is applicable with the applicable in this example. Like, so derivation, that is d by dx of x. What is x over here is x square plus, first we will write it in a simple way, that is in brackets x square plus cos x. Then first derivation of d by dx of x square plus d by dx of cos x. Okay? Now you know, if it is square, that is x raised to n, what do? You take n down and you subtract 1 from the index. Okay? So what will you get here is 2x raised to 2 minus 1, that is 1. So I can directly write as 2x. Okay? Derivation of plus derivation of cos x. What is derivation of cos x? It is minus sin x. So this plus will change to minus, because plus minus becomes minus. This will be minus sin x. This is your answer. That is 2x minus sin x. Let us see another example. Suppose if the function is x cube plus 5. Then derivation of d by dx of x cube plus 5. So first what you will do? D by dx of x cube plus d by dx of 5. Okay? So now index you know very well what to do. N will come down. So what will come down here? 3. X raised to 3 minus 1, that is 2. So 3x square plus d by dx of a constant. So if you can check in your formulas, that I hope you must have noted down in your notebook, derivation of a constant number is a 0. Okay? Always remember this, derivation of a constant number is a 0. So what do we get here is plus 0. So what is your answer? 3x square. Now let us see a little different function. Say 3 sin x. Okay, what do we see here is 3 sin x. Okay, so differentiating this, that is d by dx of 3 sin x. So in such case, what do we have to do? We can see here 3, which is a constant number, is actually with the function, that is sin x. Okay. So in this case, what do we do is that we take 3 outside and we differentiate sin x. Okay, that is 3 d by dx of sin x. Okay, this is the rule. We solve like this. Okay, now 3 will remain as it is. 3, what is the d by dx of a sin x? It is cos x. So 3 into cos x. This is the answer. Let us see one more example. Suppose if the function is 2 plus 3 cos x plus 2 log x. Okay. Now here you will say it is x plus y plus z. The rule remains same. You will differentiate each one separately. Okay. So d by dx of, first write it down everything in bracket, that is 2 plus 3 cos x plus 2 log x. Now d by dx of 2 plus d by dx of 3 cos x plus d by dx of 2 log x. Okay. Now first, you all know, I have already told that derivation of a constant is 0. So d by dx of 2 will be 0 plus what I told you, if it is 3 cos x. So what will happen to 3? 3 will come outside, it will be d by dx of cos x. What is d by dx of cos x? It is minus sin x. So it will be 3 minus sin x. But minus sign, plus and minus. So it will become minus. So you can write minus 3 sin x. Okay? Plus 2 will come outside, d by dx of log x. Now check into the formula. Log x derivation is 1 upon x. Okay? So it will be 2 into 1 upon x. So final answer will be minus 3 sin x plus, you can directly write 2 upon x. That's your answer. We have seen the differentiation, that is d by dx of x plus y. If it is x minus y, the formula remains the same. First you will differentiate x, then minus differentiate y. Okay. So the formula remains same, only the sign changes where you need to take care, minus, minus, plus and all those things. Okay. And go through the table of the formulas. Suppose in any of the function, if you get cosec, tan and so on, then you have to write answers accordingly. You have to remember that. So you will be able to remember only when you practice like this. Okay. Come up with the examples where there is tan. So tan's derivation becomes sec. Okay. Then you have cosecant. Then the formula, the derivation becomes cosecant x into cotangent x and so on. Okay. So plus is there. Then if you see in your formula table, wherever c comes like cos, cot, cosec, their derivation is always negative. Okay, their derivation like cos x derivation is minus sin x and so on. Okay, so you have to remember this. That is one trick to remember. Always wherever c, wherever the function starts with c, cos, cosecant, cotangent, where the function starts with c, the derivation is negative. Okay.